everybody. This is Scott Manning, coming to you live from Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for being with me here tonight. I just want to take a few minutes and talk about it. The newest college football playoff poll has come out, and there have been some changes, except for numbers 1 and 2. Georgia 1, Alabama 2, that's not changed. Oregon moved up one spot to number 3. Ohio State is now up there at number 4. Moved up one spot this week. They're now, they would be in at the playoff committee were to select tomorrow. Cincinnati's back up to 5, proving why they're undefeated. Michigan has jumped to number 6. Michigan's going to be a thorn in our side, I'm afraid. Michigan State, that loss to Purdue hurt them big time. They dropped 4 spots from number 3 to number 7. Oklahoma, no change this week. They had an off week. Notre Dame jumped up one spot to number 9. Oklahoma State, give them some love. They're coming in at number 10 this week. Coming in at a number 11 this week, Texas A&M. A huge victory over Auburn last Saturday. Put them in the 11th spot. They jumped up 3 this week. Wake Forest, unfortunately, that loss to North Carolina kind of hurt them. They dropped to number 12 this week. They dropped 3 spots. Baylor, I'm kind of surprised they only dropped 1 spot from number 12 to number 13 after losing to TCU. And keep in mind, that was a TCU team that was having struggles. Coming in at number 14, BYU. At number 15 this week, Ole Miss. Stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about Ole Miss a little bit more. Coming in at number 16 this week, NC State. They jumped up 3 spots. Coming in this week at number 17, Auburn. That 20-3 loss last Saturday down in College Station hurt Auburn big time. They dropped 4 spots. Wisconsin, they jumped up 3 spots to number 18. Coming in at number 19 this week, Purdue. Purdue is the spoiler makers. I'm going to call them the spoiler makers because they've upset 2 top 5 teams this season and they're in the CFP top 25 because of it. Coming in at number 20 this week, Iowa. They jumped 2 spots. Coming in at number 21 this week, the University of Pittsburgh. They jumped up 4 spots this week. San Diego State. They come in at number 22 this week. They jumped 2 spots. And the last 3 teams were not ranked, but this time they are. Coming in at number 23, University of Texas San Antonio. They come in at number 23. They were not ranked. Coming in at number 24 this week, Utah. And rounding out the CFP top 25 this week, Arkansas. There are going to be 2 huge matchups this coming Saturday. One's a 3:30 kickoff. Number 4, Ohio State. Number 19, Purdue. And I am concerned because the game's in West Lafayette. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Boilermakers, or should I say the spoiler makers, could they spoil the party for Ohio State? They spoiled it for Iowa when they were number 2. Last Saturday against Michigan State, Purdue did it again at home. Now that the Ohio State-Purdue game was in the shoe, I wouldn't be as worried. But the game's in West Lafayette. And you know what Aiden O'Connell can do. He can run, he can throw. C.J. Stroud has got to learn how to run the ball. Bottom line. Now, the other matchup I'm going to talk about this weekend is Texas A&M and Ole Miss. Texas A&M is in the driver's seat to possibly end it for Alabama. And they could be the ones playing for the SEC championship against Georgia, the way it looks right now. I will address that a little bit more in depth this on Friday during my YouTube Weekend Sports Kickoff show. I'll address that a little bit more then. I have one question for everybody. Does anybody want to win the ACC? Does anybody want to win the ACC? Wake Forest went down last Saturday. Now, Wake Forest is the highest ranked in the ACC. They're at 12. You got NC State at 16. Those 2 have to play each other yet. And, of course, you got Pitt. Don't forget about Kenny Pickett. I've been looking at him, too. But I want to talk about Michigan State for a second. Michigan State. Kenneth Walker III. He had 29 carries for 135 yards and a touchdown last Saturday against Purdue. Despite the loss, I still believe, Kenneth, right now, I still believe at this moment, it's subject to change, Kenneth Walker III is a Heisman Trophy candidate. I said it right there. Old Spartan Nation, and a lot of people have said this year's Heisman class is weak. Well, some of the weakness is starting to come. They're starting to get stronger and stronger by the week. We have two huge matchups. Ohio State, Purdue, that's going to be a big one. And, of course, you got Texas A&M and Ole Miss. Two huge matchups on Saturday. And I'm sure there's more. And I will have more on that, more on the games this coming Friday at 12 noon during the Scott Manning YouTube Sports Weekend Kickoff Show. I will send a message out on what I'm going to talk about. And it's going to be a lot. And I will be throwing in some college basketball. Heads up. The new CFP poll has been released. We'll see what happens this coming Saturday. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here tonight. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. All you have to do is type my name, scroll down, look for this pretty face, click subscribe, and you'll see all the sports videos I have done so far. Thank you guys so much for being with me here on this night. You guys have a great night. Get some sleep, and God bless. Good night, everybody, and I thank you.